If you have had a challenge with improving the results in your life, there's probably a very good reason for that. And one of the reasons could be simply from the way that you are studying. If you are someone who studies success, and if you're not, well, this video is probably not for you. But if you are someone who would really love to improve your results, you're at a point in your life where perhaps you're thinking, this stuff isn't working, or you're not getting the results that you want, or you're frustrated, or things have happened maybe in the last couple of years that have really shifted the way you think, and you're feeling a little disillusioned. I want you to listen up because there are always opportunities. And right now, if you're watching this video or you're watching me live as I'm doing this, there is no accident. You're here for a reason. So, I want to give you some guidance on how to effectively study, what to study, and how you can actually monetize your studying if that's something that you would love, because it's absolutely possible for anyone. And the truth is, you do not have to be technically inclined to monetize your studying. So I'll explain that in a minute. Now, I first want to talk about why it's so vital that you're into a regular practice of studying. You see, in January 1979, I was told that I had to go to a seminar. I did not want to go. I was a miserable person. I was not the kind of person you would have loved to be around. And of course, my life was miserable too. As a matter of fact, it wasn't long before January 1979 that I was suicidal. So I get dragged to this seminar, and it's Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor starts to speak, and he literally woke me up. He opened up my consciousness to what's possible. And the truth is, if you want your life to change, you must change. And I realized that I definitely wanted my life to change and knew that I had to change. But how do you change? How do you make positive change so that it's permanent, so that you continue to get better and better and better results? Or, in fact, you skip levels where you turn your annual income into your monthly income, if that's something that you desire to accomplish. But where all results start is from a place of desire. You have to have the desire. So let's talk about what to study. Well, I would suggest that you study from the masters. You study from people who know how to create success, and they've done it in the past. You can tell by their popularity. You very likely have heard of these individuals like Napoleon Hill, Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Raymond Hollowell, Robert Collier, Ernest Holmes. There are so many great teachers that had wisdom of the ages, that when you study their materials and you understand it and apply it, that your life can absolutely be transformed. And I can only say that because my life has been transformed in every way, and all in a positive way. And so I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that because I want you to know that whatever you're experiencing in your life, get excited. You can have better and better results. You can produce more. You can experience more. You can have anything and everything that literally pops into your consciousness. And so that's what I want to do here. Now, what do you study? I suggest you study from people like Neville Goddard, Ernest Holmes, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Napoleon Hill, and people like that who have written books on success, and they're very popular books. But unless and until you understand the materials and you apply it, it's not going to make any difference. So I suggest seek to understand and then apply what you're learning. Now, I created Club Achieve, clubachieve.com, a membership program where I'm studying with people 5 days a week, every week, except holidays, so that the members of Club Achieve can achieve their results. So, as an example, we study from these masters. We study from success. We study results that work. And you could have one book, as an example, that you absolutely love, that you may call your Bible of sorts. And it could be something like The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Some people use some of my books as their Bible. like the demand principle or savvy wisdom and things like that. And literally read it over and over and over again, but study it. You don't have to read the whole thing over and over again. You could simply pick up a book and you could read from a page and you could get some valuable understandings from that. But where you really start to see results is when you apply the knowledge that you're learning. So here's an example. I'm reading from The Power of Awareness. This chapter is called Persistence. So here's what Neville Goddard says in this chapter. He says, the basic truth underlying each of these stories, because he just shared some stories on persistence, is that desire springs from the awareness of ultimate attainment. Desire is from a Greek word that means of the Father. That means within you, the power within you. If you have a desire for something more, for something better, it's natural to have that desire. Then he goes on to say of ultimate attainment. Remember earlier I said, would you love to take your annual income and make it your monthly income? Of course, who wouldn't? And that persistence in maintaining the consciousness of the desire already being fulfilled results in the fulfillment. So here's what happens. Somebody reads that and they read, okay, so I have to maintain the consciousness. What does that mean? Right? Do you know what that means? Do you understand what that means? Of already being fulfilled results in its fulfillment, of feeling it, knowing it's there. And then he says this, it's not enough to feel yourself into the state of the answered prayer. And I guide people through many of my sessions. This is what you do. You must persist in that state. That is the reason. That's the reason for success. You must persist in the state. So what does that mean? It means that when you feel connected to your desire, knowing that it's already done, we can use a simple example. Let's say you have a desire to own a dream home, and it's something specific that you have in mind, oceanfront, let's say, and you're imagining and you're feeling the attainment of knowing that you're already there. You're already living in that home. What does Neville Goddard says? You must persist in the feeling. It's not enough to just have the feeling once. You must persist in the feeling. So that might invite the question, how? How do I persist in the feeling? Well, you do that by disciplining yourself that every day you're going to do certain things, effective things, disciplined things that are going to invite that feeling in. Now, my favorite thing to do is listen to my Power Life script. I listen to it every day, multiple times a day. And if you want to know more about that, you can go to my website, peggymccall.com, and you'll find out some information there. And there's a free book that we give away. You can certainly check that out. And that's how it actually inspires me to feel the outcome, knowing that the outcome is already here in my life. So that's an effective way. So you study from successful people. You study by seeking to understand and then apply. And we do that in Club Achieve every single day, clubachieve.com. And then how do you monetize? Oh, little puppies. Sorry about that. The doorbell just rang. You may have heard that. And there's a delivery. And that's okay. They've already left. So the doggies will calm down in a moment. Okay, so how do you monetize if you're going to study? Okay, this is real simple and fun, and anyone can do this. First of all, we're on YouTube right now, and I just chose to go live, just at random. I'm going live. Well, before I went live, when I was going through the settings for YouTube, it asked me, do you want to monetize this? So I said, yes. So what people will see when they watch the replay are likely ads, which they can bypass, or they might see a little pop-up ad come on the screen somewhere. They can just click and it'll go away. But here's the thing. If there are ads that are on my videos and people actually click on that ad and go to the place wherever the ad was leading them, I earn money. You could do the same. So how can you monetize from your study? Okay, let's say you're somebody who loves personal development like I do, and you're totally into the study, and you're, perhaps being inspired by an idea from something you're studying. So I'll use an example. I have this other book right here on my desk called Secret of the Ages by Robert Collier. And let's say you're reading along and you read something that says, it matters not whether you are a banker or a lawyer, businessman or clerk, whether you are the custodian of millions or have to struggle for your daily bread. The life force makes no distinction between rich and poor, high and low. The greater your need, the more readily will it respond to your call. Wherever there is an unusual task, wherever there is poverty or hardship or sickness or despair, there is the servant of your mind, ready and willing to help, asking only that you call upon him. Wow. I actually didn't even know I was going to read that, but that is incredible. So there's some things in here. Let's say you're studying it, and you may actually experience this when you're studying it that doesn't make sense to you, like life force. What's life force mean? Or you're reading along and it says servant of the mind, ready and willing to help. What does that mean? So let's say you decide, well, I'm going to create a video and I'm going to explain what the life force is, that it's the power within you, that it's your desire springing forth, that it's something that's really inviting you to stretch yourself and go for it. And the power that's already there, because every single one of you has the power to manifest anything that you desire. It's a life force that's within you. So then he talks about the servant of the mind. You see, your mind can be your servant. Now you're the master of your mind. So how do you use the servant? You direct it. So you're in conscious control, or you become aware that you have conscious control over your thinking space. Therefore, you would only want to give your attention to thoughts that are in harmony with what you desire. So let's say you had that experience. You read that little segment out of Secret of the Ages and you thought, oh, this is so powerful. What a wonderful idea. And you benefit from it, of course, from reading it and studying it. Or maybe it's something that you learn in clubachieve.com, which is my membership, my study club, my membership club that you learn. And then you decide, I want to create a video that explains what that really means. Now, I have clients that have been in my programs. An example of that is there's a gentleman that went through my Skipping Levels program, and he fell in love with these materials, the success materials, the materials that I present, the materials that I help them have an understanding of and show them how to implement in their life. And he began to create videos. And as a result of his videos, what he did was he attracted clients into his life. He does coaching, right? And so that's how you monetize as well. So you could create videos, create a YouTube channel. It's free to create a YouTube channel. You could go live like I'm doing right now, or create content, post it to your YouTube channel, select to monetize your videos, and you can be earning money that way. Or another way is by giving away valuable information, doing little segments, short segments. They don't have to be really, really long. And you can let people know that you have something of value to share with them, and then invite them to check it out. So for example, we're talking today about how to effectively study. You want to effectively study? Join Club Achieve. It's very affordable. It's a powerful idea. We study every single day. And the greater your understanding is, the more you apply it, which is what I'm teaching here. It's study, understand, apply. It's really 3 parts in Club Achieve. The better your results are going to go. So you can go and check it out. So those are the kinds of things that you can do. And when you do it with conviction, when you know in your heart, like I know in my heart, after studying personal development for over 43 years now, that studying, effective studying, oh, thanks, Heidi. I see that you're here. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Oh, look at Dawn's here too. I love that. So 2 of our members, our very cherished members, Dawn and Heidi, are here with us right now. And I didn't even expect that. As a matter of fact, I didn't even plan on going live on here today. But you know what? I felt inspired to do it. I wanted to talk a little bit more about how to effectively study. And like, I love helping people. I'm madly in love with helping people create better results. And I'll tell you something, from having a simple understanding, like The Power of Awareness is one of the greatest books that I've ever read. And we studied it in Club Achieve. We study only books that are effective. We study only materials that I know from personal experience have made a big difference in my life and big difference in millions of people's of lives as well. So the idea behind it is so that when you're reading it or you're going through the materials, that you get the understanding and then you know how to apply it. So if Neville Goddard says you've got to, go to sleep at night and rest in the idea that your dream is already fulfilled. Okay, how do you do that? Well, I'll give instructions on how to do that. And that's what makes the difference. You see, Bob Proctor said this many, many years ago, and he said it over and over and over again in the 60 years that he was a very serious student. He said that no amount of reading, no amount of studying, no amount of going to seminars, watching videos, going to these events is going to do anything for you unless and until you understand it and apply it. So studying is great, it's valuable, but where you really start to see the results is in the understanding and the application. They work hand in hand. They work in harmony with each other so that you can get the results that you want. So there you go. It's not complicated, but I'll tell you, it makes a difference. Like I was interviewed on a radio show not that long ago, and here's what one of the questions was that was asked. Question was, how long after you started a study did you see the results? And I had to think about that for a moment because we're going back a number of years, right? It was over 43 years ago that I started a study with Bob Proctor. And I would say, I started to feel the results right away because feeling is the secret to manifesting. And so I started to feel very differently. But when I started to see the results in my life, like really start to, produce and see evidence of the results, it probably took a few years. But when everything changed, when my results literally skipped levels, was when I decided to create disciplines in my life so that I was applying daily what I was also learning. And I just became not only a serious student, I'd always been a serious student since I met Bob Proctor, but I became a serious applier of the materials. That's when things made the difference. It became my daily practice. I disciplined myself every single day. And as Neville Goddard says in The Power of Awareness, in the chapter on persistence, he said, what's most important is persistence in maintaining the consciousness of the desire already being fulfilled results in its fulfillment. And what I love about that is it says it results in the achievement. It doesn't say maybe or hopefully or might. It says it results in the achievement. And you know why it results in the achievement? Because it's working with the laws of the universe. And you don't even have to understand the laws of the universe. You just have to know they're there, right? And it's a belief in an invisible force. So you have to suspend any disbelief. You have to believe in this invisible force. But I'll tell you something. When you get into the habit of feeling as if your wish is fulfilled, you're going to have a permagrin. You're going to be feeling good all the time. And you know what also occurs as a result of feeling as if your desire is in your life? You're strengthening the emotion of faith. You're strengthening the emotion of calm. You're strengthening the emotion of confidence. You're strengthening the emotion of gratitude. And all of those emotions are extremely positive and will rise up your energy, will rise up how you're feeling, or what's also called vibration. And there's a law of vibration, which says that you are attracting based on how you're feeling. So if we simplify that, you want to be attracting good into your life. Therefore, when you're feeling good, you're going to attract good. Now, the opposite is true. When you're feeling bad, what are you going to attract? Bad, right? So you want to break the old patterns, break the old habits of the way that you've been conditioned. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to take some time. Can you do it just like that? Sure. But you'll probably find you're going to go right back to the way you were until you say no more, right? Because those paradigms are putting up a battle. They're trying to hold you back, trying to pull you back. And paradigms are your beliefs, the beliefs that are already within you. You've taken in those beliefs since you were a child, since you were a baby. So it's going to take some time to change it. Hence the reason why I mentioned when I started studying in January 1979 that it took a while before I started to see results. But now you get the benefit of my 43 plus years of training. And I studied with Bob, who had studied for 60 years. So you don't have to take years. You can shorten that time significantly. Why? Because I can give you the understanding and the application through study when you're watching or you're part of Club Achieve. Simple, right? It is, but it's a discipline. It's absolutely a discipline. So that was really the message that I wanted to leave with you today on the value of studying, what to study, and how to monetize your study. So if any of you are listening and you're thinking, I like that idea. You see, I firmly believe anyone can be earning money. Anyone can be earning money. There's an abundance out there. Absolutely an abundance. Now, that's not what I believed way, way, way back when I was a child, because, my parents struggled and we were poor. But through study, I've come to learn, and through experience, I've come to discover there really is an abundance. And you, and you, and you, and anyone else that's watching this or listening to this, you all have the ability to literally earn money by sharing something of value. You see, Earl Nightingale taught Bob Proctor the law of compensation. And the law of compensation determines that the amount of money that you earn is going to be in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. So, is there a need for more positivity in this world? Is there a need for more instruction or understanding and application? Definitely. And if you decide that you want to start sharing, some of this knowledge with others, and you do it really well and you do it really effectively, you will be rewarded. So I also suggest fall in love with helping people. It's another great way of attracting more good into your life, because the more good you put out there, the more good that's going to come back to you. All right, so that's it for today. It's so great to see you here. Thank you so much, Heidi. Thank you so much, Don. It's so good to see you guys here. And I wish you a wonderful day. And I look forward to seeing you all in our Club Achieve meetings. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.